Hi, my name is Nirupa Yalavati and I'm the founder of the Serene Art. And in today's episode of the Serene Talks podcast, we have Rashi on this episode of Dear Diary, Dear Me, the art of journaling as self-expression. So, Rashi, could you just give us an introduction about yourself and what you do?
Yes. So hi, I'm Rashi. I make lifestyle content on Instagram, mostly about journaling and all the cozy and creative things. For me, journaling isn't just about pretty pages. It's about slowing down, uh, and feeling calm and creative. And yeah.
So I've seen your reels on Instagram and it's mostly how you portray your perspective on life through journaling. So what inspired you to start sharing your diary style creations publicly?
Actually, I have always been a creative girl who loves art and craft. It's always been my little escape. But honestly, I never thought of posting it online, or it could actually help people. But in my first year of college, I met a girl who was already doing this, and that really inspired me. So I just gave it a try, and then one of my videos, the Mumbai dump one, it went unexpectedly viral. So after that, I just kept posting, and people started telling me they found it really calm and therapeutic. So then I realized, okay, this is something worth trying and continuing. So I just posted.
It's always a little spark or like the number of views that you get when you're like publicly posting reels because myself like as someone who has an art account and who's been posting reels of like what I do, always the engagement you get, the more number of engagement you get is something that keeps you going, right? So, many people
Yes.
see journaling as something personal. Like, mostly people think journaling is something you write down your thoughts on at night or in the morning on like a particular book that you have. And they feel like that is something personal to themselves. Like, they don't want to show other people, like, of course, it's personal. But your posts feel like an art form more than journaling. So, how do you blend creativity with storytelling?
Actually, I don't really start with a story or a plan in my mind. I just sit down and open my journal and go with the flow. Sometimes I start with some sticker I found cute or some photos from my trip or my meetings. And as I keep creating the journal, the pages start telling the story. For me, it's more about enjoying the process than the theme. I don't follow a theme or a certain way.
Yeah.
It it's like a therapy for me. I have something personal and beautiful without forcing it. I don't force the way I make it. I
Yeah.
just go with the flow.
True, like the more natural it is, it's the more beautiful like the work comes
Yes.
out. In any form of art, not just journaling. Like if you're doing a painting or like if you're singing, it comes out natural. Then you forcing something to happen, it's more likely to be more connective to the audience. Okay, so now since you said that you'd use different art, like stickers that you collected or any sort of like things you get from your trips. So what's the most meaningful page of your journal or post you've ever made? And why do you think that particular page or post stands out?
Actually, I have with it. So this is the page that I created, and this page is really close to my heart because it's where my whole journey started. It's from my trip I took with my school friends to Mumbai.
Okay.
I've never traveled alone before, but this time it was just us, no parents, and honestly, it felt like a dream. Mumbai itself is exciting, right? But going there with friends made it more special, and it gave me a feeling of freedom, like I could do anything on my own. We had so much fun, and I really missed that time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, as you said, Mumbai is a really good place actually. I've been there once. And yeah, like the most meaningful page that you described was very real because the more connected you feel to something, that's that's the most like connected you feel for yourself and for the audience. I don't think the audience will connect to the level you connected with that page, but yeah, it definitely does stand out, and the reason you gave is definitely valuable for us to hear. So how can people make their journals more personal and artistic without feeling pressure to be perfect? Because when we hear the word journals, always we think like it's something, it has to be perfect, like especially people who want to do like a scrapbook type of thing. They want each inch of the book to be perfect, like anything, like it has to be, it can't be messy, it can't have like wrongs or rights, like it has to be on dot, and like they have to feel like it looks good. So how do you think they should not feel pressured to be perfect?
I think the best way to enjoy journaling without stressing is to remember that it's for you, not for others. It's not for anyone else. Your journal doesn't have to be perfect or Instagram worthy. Uh, it just has to make you happy. Some days my pages are neat, some days it is messy, but both are special to me. Like just because they reflect how I felt in that moment. So don't overthink it. Just start with whatever you have. Go with the flow and let it be your safe space, or and create it without rules. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. It just need to make you happy.
True. And usually what creators on Instagram think is that they have to, like, they see other like big influencers like 100K followers, 200K followers. They always maintain a scheme of how they want to portray their content, in talking in general, just not art. And they get pressurized mostly seeing them. They're like, they're staying in such a good scheme. They're like, they're sticking to one certain theme, and I think I should do it, but I don't think that's how it should be working, because the more we show ourselves on Instagram by our true selves, that's more connected you feel with your audience, and we shouldn't bother about the engagement too much, but of course it gives us motivation to continue. But yeah, I think we should just stick to what we want to do in other than what others want us to portray. So yeah, that's definitely one of
Yes, that's
the key things that people can take out from this. So you've been doing this for a while now. How long have you been doing this on Instagram?
I'm doing it since 4 to 5 months now.
Okay.
Actually, I had one account last year, but just because I feel pressured by the other creators, I just deleted it. But then I again, uh,
Yeah, so you
what I
started.
can say, started making content again because I love doing it and it's an escape for me.
Yeah, I don't think you should be like stopping it just because you don't feel you're fulfilling what other people are doing. So yeah,
Right.
definitely it's one thing. Yeah, and some everyone has their own escapes for doing things, and I think you shouldn't neglect it, because that's like the only thing that's getting you joy, right? Uh,
Yes.
so what's one message you hope your audience and today's podcast audience, whoever watches this podcast, what do you think they should take away from your work?
I want them to remember it's okay to slow down some days, to put themselves first and do something small that makes them happy, like journaling, painting, or even just sipping chai and coffee.
Yeah.
It's not about art, it's about making time for yourself and holding on those happy moments, because that's what really stays in your life. And I want them to feel inspired, not just pressured by seeing my videos. I want them to feel comfort and a little less stressful.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing we all should take away from. It can be anything that you're passionate about. It can be reading or like any sort of hobby that you have. It doesn't have to be in the form of art, but it can be even going and watching a movie. It's very needed these days when we're always caught up in the thoughts of
Yes.
other people are doing more than I am, and I think I should match their level, but that's not needed, because I think finding time for yourself is the most important thing to do for yourself and to keep up your mental well-being.
Yes.
Something that people definitely neglect these days, which is, in my opinion, not healthy. I think that everyone agrees with that. So yeah, this podcast really gets out the best of how we view things and how we view things on how we can get ourselves that little me time in lives. It can be in any form, and of course, art is definitely a major form that I personally think can help. So thank you, Rashi. If you have anything else that you want to share with your audience, you can definitely add something, or we can.
Um, Actually, first of all, thank you for having me here today. I was really excited because this is actually my first time doing something like this. So I might sound a tiny bit nervous, but that's because I'm happy to be here, and I just want everybody to romanticize their life and prioritize themselves first, and do not feel pressured about others, what others are doing. Just follow your heart, and yeah, just take out time for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pleasure
That
to have you on this podcast, and I think giving small creators a chance to have a platform to speak is very, very important, because it's always the tactic,
yes,
strategy of getting big influencers with big names on a platform, and I think that's not really important because it's more valuable when it comes from a small creator. It has a bigger impact, and people
yes,
like you are getting such a good impact on how you want to show your self-expression online on Instagram is amazing, like how you do it on Instagram. So yeah, definitely it's a pleasure to have you. And yeah, that's it for today's podcast, guys. And I'll be concluding it with this. Thank you for tuning in for today's episode. Dear Diary, Dear Me, the art of journaling as self-expression. Thank you.